Hello, everybody. What's up? My name is Gally.
And I'm Night.
And welcome back to...
The Great Ace Eternity, where it never ends.
You mean where it never ends?
That's what I said.
Sounded like you said, will it ever end?
No, I said it where it never ends. Not very coherently, but I did say it.
Okay.
What?
You cut these things off at, like, the worst time.
It's fine. It's not like I can predict what's happening next.
I know. But the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters. Kinda does there, Jack the Ripper.
I thought he was Waluigi. Am I standing beside the killer? Oh no! I thought my hat was most of my problems. I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them.
Did he have like a fedora and just stitch on another like big part of a hat?
No.
I know he's a hat maker, but still.
I think the point is that he's dressed up nice, but he's also kind of poor.
Oh. I didn't actually see anything myself, no. Not until I heard the scream. Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside the carriage, or we all would have seen it.
Why was your hair all...
Everybody's yelling at each other.
Well, lo and behold, in the truth of the fact, not one of you was witness to the critical moment of the crime perpetrated. There's a T.
I apologize, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside the carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. Not much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's not really what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more.
Excuse me.
The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's... Wait a minute. Why is it so fresh?
Because it's animated. Anyway. People reckon...
I know that, but, like, the victim's fresh blood?
Yeah, I know, but it's pretty much...
That's weird.
Let's just say, this was like... It happened last night, and now today's the thing.
I thought it was 3 days ago.
Oh, 3 days. Well, still, it's pretty fast, but fresh blood just means that when they saw it in the cabin, it was fresh.
Mm-mm. Corroborating the witness's accounts. Put your cape back on. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts in the case.
Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, my other side of my neck cracked.
That one I think I actually might have heard. What the witnesses really saw.
Yeah, but...
We already read all this.
Yeah, I know, but this is about, where do I press?
I don't know. Fuck me!
Sorry, I'm just...
No, I know. Where did you see the blood, maybe? Or, no, where did you see the person's hands?
Hold it!
And everything you saw in the incident was through the skylight on the roof in the omnibus. That's right. It was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Weird.
Oh, yes, I remember. I was shivering. It was so bitter. Which rather begs the question as why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place.
Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh? Why not? It was locked from the inside. Tried knocking, but no one opened the door. Was it locked? That's right. In the public bus service, for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play.
Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below.
Well, I can assure you I wasn't just looking down. I was glaring, long and hard like my cane.
To be fair, if we were them and had to go up there on a cold, bitter winter night...
Oh, I would be opening that skylight and throwing snow on them. And that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Notice me, senpai! Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about these two things. These two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? No. We already know that's not true.
Yeah, no.
Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor of the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. For the 8 millionth time. In that case, there's a portion of the cabin interior that would have had been out of sight from you. What?
My golly, really?
Obviously, this is the stage we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied. That at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. I am not saying any of this.
Why?
Yeah, the racism. Enough of this hypothetical meandering.
How is Nipponi's friend?
Because he's just being an ass.
He's just calling him Japanese friend, technically. And plus, as part of his character, you wanted to play him.
Like you could play him any better.
I don't play any of them good, but I play them.
The prosecution demands that you sustain your claims.
Substantiate your claims.
No, sustain.
No, it was substantiate.
After all, the scene of the crime is here in the flesh.
Because he means to prove it.
Am I thinking of abstain?
Substain is stop.
No, I'm abstain is I do not vote. Gotcha.
Very well. I will uphold the prosecution's demand. You will identify the area in this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus.
Uh-oh.
Well, they were sitting back here, right?
I think so.
So they can't see here?
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that has potential extra passenger could have been situated? As I said, over here.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they sat here, their view would be...
Mm-hmm. It's not letting you point it, is it? Both rows of seats on the roof face the direction of travel, whereas the seats in closed cabin face each other.
Yeah, you want to know why most vehicles things face forward? It's because if you are actually looking backwards, some people can get really carsick that way.
Oh. Well, I guess when you're inside it doesn't matter, yeah?
Well, yeah, because it all has to do with window view.
Mm-hmm.
That's why cars nowadays, if you're looking backwards, It probably has to also do with safety and crashes, but
Well, yeah.
if you're staring out the back window, it can actually mess with you.
It can really, as they say, fuck with your face. Which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as if I've drawn here.
Math.
Oh! I failed math.
I surprisingly did not. That's right, my lord. As you can see,
To
I
be
didn't fail
fair,
math.
I didn't actually fail math. I got by really well for not doing any of the work. I pissed off my teachers because I never did anything but tests. So I could have had like one of the highest scores in the class if I just fucking did the homework. Because I passed all the tests, like...
I shake my head because it's like homework
Homework should, like...
is unnecessary stress.
There are certain cases I believe there should be homework, like long projects. But I don't think you should be guaranteed to have homework every frickin' day.
No.
Especially not from every frickin' class.
Teacher.
And like, oh yes, nowadays homework is pretty much you're supposed to do like 6 hours a night. Oh, but why aren't you going out?
Yeah, why aren't you having a life?
Like, you'll have people, oh, why didn't you finish your homework? Oh, why didn't you go to your friend's house? Why didn't you do this? And it's like, you have to pick. Some times you can't even do extracurricular activities and do all the homework.
Who was the person I had this conversation with before?
I don't know, maybe me.
I don't know.
All I know is when I was in high school, I did not believe in the concept of homework. So I didn't do it. For the most case. And that bugged some of my teachers, especially in the classes where I really did know what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Namely, math and history. And geography.
Let's get on with it. The seat opposite of the one in which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, I just went like this.
I know.
It's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. Oh my god, he's still shivering.
Yeah, he's forever cold.
He's haunted. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. Shots fired.
He is gay hand. Anyway.
Have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. Excuse your racist ass?
I think it's more of like I have a habit of pointing out that you're not perfect. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. Pictures, protection. Anyway. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude.
How can I if we...
Can you, Mr. Narda?
Well, no. I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck?
See, I have an inkling. It's the person who actually paid the extra fare.
Well, yeah, we know that part.
But at the same time, he admitted just to taking extra.
I have an inkling they were hiding in the seat.
Oh yeah, that person.
Did I suddenly make you remember something?
Let's just say, I did watch this case like years ago.
I know you did.
So I do know the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda. It's vaguely. But, well, you know, when you watch videos like this, you
You've
do
never
other
sounded
things.
more uncertainly certain.
Oh, you know, you do other things while watching videos. Like, I have no problem other people doing things and just having us in the background.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry for jump scares for volume. I'll say I'll have an inkling just to see if I'm right.
I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name.
Oh, shit. I need a name.
I'm going to get a drunk. You're an idiot. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learnt.
Let's not delay, Counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in this other seat.
This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn this trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin was obscured from view was... We're gonna pick the Mad Hatter.
Well,
Wait, he's 40. How old is Von Zeeks?
32. Yeah, seems about right. How old are you? 16.
52. 54.
Oh,
62.
that poor bastard. 34.
He's my age.
Aw, he's little. Lady first.
Oh, ladies first. What?
I don't know. Anyway.
What, you think he did it?
No. Something else. I'll look up later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I feel like the person sitting beside him wasn't gilded.
Well, then Gilded really did do the stabbing because it was from across.
Well, I don't...
Although you did say that in another episode.
See, I don't know. Like I said, I don't remember... Oh,
Mm-hmm.
right. X, not A.
The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Magnus McGilded.
Mr. McGilded?
What are you talking about, Counsel? That's the name of the defendant!
Objection!
Hot boots.
Who has hot boots?
Wouldn't that have exploded more?
Not really.
If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. That's the second time you've done that.
Lord Von Zix!
People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as if having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. Okay, I hate...
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Why did I agree to play the asshole?
Because he looked cool.
What are you trying to say? You racist piece of shit! Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. I use my Narindir voice for this. These two don't... That doesn't even look like McGilded. And he's not wearing gloves.
Yeah.
When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side.
By the way, I think it was like he wasn't a murderer, but he was a crook, is what I was remembering. That McGilded was bad in some way.
Oh yeah, he's an ass. Multiple witnesses have attested to this fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built. But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way.
What inconsistency, Counsel?
The defendant's gloves, my lord. You realize that he's right. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claim that the blood was on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Also,
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
I know it might not be the case for him, but I'm hoping it's one of those, oh, look, I'm an ass, but I slowly grow and get better.
Oh, you mean him?
Yeah, because that's usually the other side, except for...
Isn't there, like, some black male shit and something happened to his brother?
I don't know. Also, spoiler warning if it is.
So how would I remember that, but you...
Because you Google shit when you get interested.
I have not Googled shit about this game. I was being a good boy and avoiding spoilers.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you've learned it through osmosis. Or maybe it's nothing to do with this. I don't know. All I know is, they like doing that. The only one I think they didn't fully do to it was Clavier. Apollos.
Oh, the guy with the visor?
Yeah. The visor. No, Apollos. Not, that's Phoenix. The guy, the blonde. The rocker.
I know nothing about the Apollo series. No Edgeworth, no interest.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you. There was a blonde guy who is the younger brother of Apollo's original
Teacher.
For reasons, that guy goes away to jail, and Apollo's the one who put him there. So, his little brother is the prosecutor that ends up being, like, Apollo's ever half, right?
Yeah.
And at first, he's kind of like, oh, you had to have, like, cheated and done something to, like, put him in jail, because it's like, he wouldn't do that. And you're studying under Phoenix, and in that game, Phoenix was said to have been a cheat, like...
Yeah, because of what
But
happened.
after a while, he's like, oh, no, you're a truth seeker just like I am. We're chill. And that happens actually relatively quickly. He does have to go through some drama with his brother later, though.
Well, yeah, to admit that he's an ass.
He's a drama queen, though. I love him. Anyway.
Objection.
The point is, even in the face of the irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance.
Yes, their testimony remains unchanged.
Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. Okay. Was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on the passenger's hands, both of them. And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit.
Extraordinary! I don't think I made that sound anywhere right. Order! 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 What exactly are you postulating?
The defense's prosolution is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused. Bobby. But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Playplay said the two of them were wearing hats, and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though.
Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir.
And what particular styles of hats did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. Frost?
I'm afraid I don't remember.
And you call yourself a hatter.
Never said I was a good one.
The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in the cabin. How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. McGilded, would have undoubtedly offered to dispose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. Good God. That the accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in that very cabin in which he traveled.
No, it's more like he'd get blackmailed or something.
He's right. There was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. It's inconceivable that Mr. McGilded would have been unaware of it.
Order! There's clearly a simple solution to this problem.
Bring the accused, Mr. McGilded, to the stand.
Well, what do you say, counsel? I'm saying my batteries.
The prosecution objects, my lord. Of course you do. Okay, we get it.
On what grounds?
As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Put your cape back on, dude. Magnus McGilded is no uneducated ruffled chip. The fuck are you talking about? If it is indeed turns out the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act.
Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion?
Demand a statement!
Should we ask Mr. McGilded to
Demand his
testify?
testimony.
Test a pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. Because I sure as shit didn't get to talk to him beforehand.
His hands raised
The
like a
defense would like
nerd.
to call Mr. McGilded to the stand.
In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury.
Ah, yes, I need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear Mr. McGilded has to say. I'm still trying to get my knife out of here. I still want to stab somebody. Get the man out here, I say.
It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. Oh, fuck. What does he sound like?
I feel a chill in the
Oh, yeah, right, like this. When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild.
Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say, oh yes, it would be lovely.
Yes, the jury says the man must be heard.
Very well, the court will hear the defendant's testimony next time before my controller dies.
And then we'll have a real murder on our hands.
Yeah.
This has been Gally.
This has been
We'll
nice.
see y'all next time.
Bye bye, everybody.